Hey guys, Eric and Joshua here. We recently got to see Gotham, went to a screening of the Gotham pilot, so we're going to talk about that. I will note here, this is not a review. The studio and network says, you can't review this yet for a reason. It's not the final cut. There could be some tweaks, some editing changes, some slight things before it airs. So look for a full review down the line. Show's going to air this fall. But in the meantime, first impressions. Joshua, what did you think overall of Gotham?
I thought it was good. It certainly wasn't like a total failure or anything like that. Right. But there's certainly areas to improve. I really liked how they focused around the murder of Bruce Wayne's parents, and that sort of it's not just a straight, oh, they were murdered, we need to find the killer. This whole scandal is built around it that you can see that will sort of be like the main through line through the show, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, we're not going to go into full spoilers, don't worry, but yeah, it's people had wondered what is the sort of makeup of this show, and Gordon is the focus. He's the main character. I think he and Bullock are in the most scenes. Bruce Wayne's not in nearly as much. But yeah, the idea that the starting point is the murder of the Waynes, what that would mean in the city, these very important people taken out, just how that would, even on the police side, dealing with that. I thought that was a cool part of it. But you had some trepidation there, and I have some a little myself. What
they were a little heavy on little winks and nods, and there's like a very obvious nod towards like the Riddler, and the Penguin, while he was also a little, we didn't find out actually why he's called the Penguin in this, but they sort of hint at it. Although I did love his performance and his acting and his sort of arc in the pilot. I think they set him up to be like a really big player, which I think is great. Jada Pinkett Smith, I actually loved her, despite she had some cliche moments where the first time you see her, she's like beating a guy up with a baseball bat. Again, I don't want to go into spoilers, but I think I can get away with saying that. But I loved her super fierce pink hair. And her sort of, you really saw how deep the crime went because she was involved with, again, I don't want to say who, but with the police and everything. So and she's a crime lord in this, but she's like friends with the certain police officers.
Yeah, I think that part's great. Going into it, I was wary of everyone knowing each other. Just the fact that it wasn't just going to be Gordon and Bullock and even maybe Oswald Cobblepot and a couple people, that so many characters are around. And that is something that sticks out in the pilot, that it's like, oh man, like they knew Edward Nygma, and Selena Kyle's jumping around.
Yeah, and Poison Ivy's in there too.
Poison Ivy's in there too. So it's a little much, and it kind of does stretch things to kind of, how is this going to work? I hope they dial back. I mean, I know these characters are going to be part of the show, but maybe they can dial back from trying. There's, like you said, there's at least one sort of cutesy thing that they was a little winking at the camera about who these people are going to become. I hope they pull back on that, because I did really like the organized crime aspect. I thought that was really well done. The idea that this is a crime show at its center, and who's ruling the city is important, and the power plays going on.
Yeah, we don't want to say who it is, but a certain character shows up in the latter half of the pilot that really makes a unique, different, compelling take on crime in Gotham that I was like really interested to see more of. So I definitely want to see more of that character and see how that plays out.
And you mentioned Jada Pinkett Smith, who I wasn't sure what to make of her in the show. She's playing obviously a character invented
Fish Mooney,
invented for the series. Silly name, but I liked her too. I thought it was a fun performance. She's a little sort of like, arch and big, but don't worry, she's not like camping it up. She's just, she's playing a sort of extreme character, and I think she has a lot of fun with that. I liked all the performances too, I will say that.
Yeah, Bullock especially was my favorite.
Yeah, Donald Logue, he's always great, brings just the right kind of cynical approach to it. Where cynical guy that you feel has some good at his core, but has pushed it down.
What did you think of Gordon?
I liked him. I go in liking Ben McKenzie, the OC, Ryan Atwood. No, so I liked him a lot, because they want him to be sort of this force for sort of good and hope in a corrupt city, but they don't make him just completely milquetoast bland. I think they give him a nice enough little edge there. What about you?
I thought he was really good. You really saw that he really wanted to put his morality first, and he really wanted to do the right thing, despite everyone else not wanting to do that. And I enjoyed his home life with his wife. And they have another character. I don't want to this might be confusing because I'm not allowed to say the spoilers. But there's a different character who I love from the comics who shows up and throws a wrench in his home life, we'll say. And I thought that was really compelling as well. So they definitely set up a lot of cool things that I'm interested to see. But certain parts of it just weren't, it wasn't smooth as it could have been. Like we saw the Flash pilot as well, which we also talked about in a different video.
Yeah.
Go check that out. But it doesn't feel as smooth to swallow as that was.
Yeah, you know, pilots are tricky, right? Like by their nature, they're cumbersome. They want to give you so much up front and be like, this is everything we can do in this show. And some pull it off better than others. I thought, yeah, there's some clunky stuff here and some stuff that feels a little like, you know, forced. But I do think overall it had a lot of potential. Like, what did you think overall?
Yeah, I think overall this is a show I definitely want to see the next episode and see what happens. And yeah, once they sort of get into the rhythm, I feel like it'll be good.
Yeah, obviously Gotham is a project we're very excited about, very intrigued by. We'll have our full review down the line and plenty more of Gotham as it arrives. Stay tuned to IGN. Thanks.